What's up with it, y'all? So now listen, so I finished the dark sun traits yesterday, so now I'm finna get on this dark moon traits, right? So now, the moon in and of itself rules over what? Cancer. Only that, right? The moon is purely a feminine sign, right? So now check this out. This could be the very negative aspect of, you know what I'm talking about, femininity. You see what I'm saying? So now, Cancer energy in and of itself, right, is the embodiment of what the moon rules soul, right? So Cancer energy is extremely moody. The moon is extremely moody. Remember, the moon has many different phases. You have half, whole, waxing, waning, gibbous, crescent, whatever the hell. You got a blue moon, you got a red moon, you got the eclipses that come with shit. You got all type of shit that go on with the moon 24/7. So what can that show you about dark moon characteristics, right? That people with strong dark moon characteristics can be very, very moody, right? They can go through 5 different emotional cycles in one goddamn day, right? Happy, sad, philosophical, mean, lonely, just all it, because you gotta remember that's what the moon in and of itself does, right? That's why the moon's favorite place to be in astrology is in Taurus, because remember, Taurus is fixed to earth, it's fixed stability, because the moon is always moving. The moon, like, you know what, I need to just be somewhere where I can be just whole and think. That's why the moon is exalted inside of Taurus from a more philosophical aspect, right? So now, another trait about the dark moon energy in and of itself is that since it's so emotional, it's so vulnerable. You see what I'm saying? So if it's so emotional, guess what? It's easy to offend people with dark moon traits, right? So you got to remember, anything you say could probably hurt them. And then next thing you know, you got to remember, depending on if they got some strong other shit in their chart, now they finna attack you because they thought that you was attacking them. That's another thing too. It ain't just emotional old crybaby shit. The moon can get dangerous sometimes too. They'll get with your ass. The moon, yeah, the moon ain't shit to play with neither. Don't let nobody. If you don't know Vedic astrology, you don't know the moon ain't shit to play with. You don't know nothing about Pusher. You don't know nothing about Astrology. You don't know nothing about them play. The moon fuck you up for real, forever. Moon destroy your ass over time. That shit for real. So another thing about the moon in and of itself too is also always looking for some sense of security, some type of clarification for, okay, is this still that? Because you gotta remember, the moon is exalted in Taurus. It wants to be where shit is always the actual same and comfortable for it. But remember, that's just where it's exalted at. That's not what the moon is on its own a lot of the times. You see what I'm saying? I mean, I guess you could say it is a part because it's exalted there, so it's still heavily, you know what I'm saying, influences that energy. But basically, yeah, the moon energy, that shit ain't nothing to really play with, right? So another thing too with dark moon energy, emotional neediness, right? Because you gotta remember is that the moon is always looking for stability, and since it doesn't have it on its own, the moon can seek that out in other people. Do you all see what I'm saying? So now the moon can be like, okay, this creates that codependency. And if you know numerology, you know the life path 1 is the sun, life path 2 is the moon. And if you look up the traits right now, the good and bad traits, good traits of the moon is going to be very helpful. They can be very reliable if their emotions is intact, but if they not, then they're not going to be as reliable, right? A lot of times it's a strong possibility, but it does develop a strong sense of codependency. Please understand it. That's why the moon rules number 2. That's why the sun rules number 1. The moon rules number 2. The moon like, oh, I need you. I need, yeah, real shit, right? So too much negative moon, it can fuck theyself up, right? That's what I'm saying. But another dark trait with the moon, I'm trying to really think, is also being emotionally manipulative, right? Because you got to remember, the moon is also a very psychic planet in and of itself, right? So you got to remember, so it's like, okay, it responds to sensitivities, and so the moon can get in your head and make you or try to make you respond to certain type of sensitivities as well. Real talk, right? But yeah, so I just want to give y'all a quick rundown on what dark moon energy can actually be, right? Real talk. So now you all understand. You want a birth chart reading? Go on, come holler at me. I should be doing probably Mercury next. One of them, I don't know. We'll see. But other than that, I will talk to y'all later, man. Peace.